What up, Satimangali, the Reverend of the Revolution. Welcome to your Daily Revolution. Today's topic: when do I know when to call it quits on my marriage? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I got a message from a man. I got a lot of messages from people saying, hey, Satem, I got a question for you. But this one in particular really strikes me because he's talking about his marriage. And I'm going to sum this up. He says we've been married for 20 plus years. It's been a roller coaster. I love her so much. The problem is we're opposites. And he goes on to share with me what's going on in their marriage. They've got kids and, just stuff's been going on. And he says, to make a long story short, the last couple of years we've been arguing a lot and a part of me feels hurt and wants to call it quits. When do you know it's time to walk away and move on? And they've got 4 kids. And he shares all this stuff about, who she is and who he is. And I'm going to speak about that in today's podcast. How many of you out there married? How many of you have once been in love romantically and physically and emotionally and just so connected to your spouse? How many of you are so happy in marriage? And then there's a part of you that's like, man, I'm not even happy anymore. How many of you today are tired of your marriage? Your head's on a swivel. You're starting to look around. You're not interested. You're disconnected. Maybe you feel like this gentleman who shot me a message, so I'm going to speak to him. Brother, I'm speaking to you. First of all, you're asking this loaded question. When do I know it's time to call quits? Well, let me ask you a couple questions here. More than a couple. Number one, how often do you date your wife? And a date's not like, hey, let's go grab a hamburger. I mean date, court, hold hands, get dressed up, put on nice clothes, put the cologne on, go to a nice dinner, a walk on the beach. How many getaways do you take in a year? Where it's just you and her and you can go to a nice spot, right? SoCal, Washington, Paris, Miami, Vegas, Sundance, Park City in Utah. I mean, how often do you take time to get away with your spouse? So date night, spouse. Okay, next question. How often do you have what I call a companionship inventory? And by the way, a lot of this is what I talk about in ProRev Live, Man, Wealth, and Shield Mating. So in our programs, we dive deep into this. If you want to check it out, just go to ProRevLive.com. That's PROREVLIVE.com. Check out my website, Satimangali.com. But look, these questions. How often do you date? What's the quality of the dates? How often do you have a getaway where it's just you and her? It could be just an overnighter where you guys can lay naked together in the hotel and make mad love and talk, but there's no kids, there's no work. It's just rekindling the fire, the passion. How often do you have a companionship inventory? Companionship inventory is something that I learned from a 2-year mission that I served as a young 19-year-old in the South Pacific Seas. And a companionship inventory as a missionary, we'd have a conversation every week that was really specific to, hey, man, where are we at? How am I doing? How did I do this week? Is there anything that I'm doing to piss you off or bother you? What can I do better? It's real talk. Real talk. It's addressing real things. Next question, how often do you touch and seduce and caress and make love to your wife? And I don't mean just having sex. I mean do you rub her shoulders? Do you touch her? Do you make her feel good? Do you give her kisses? Do you give her flowers? Or her, whatever her thing. Maybe she likes shoes. Do you speak to her in her, quote, love language? How often do you do that? And then when it does come to sex, dude, are you having it? Do you foreplay and core play this thing up? Or do you just jump in and get in, get out and be done and go watch SportsCenter? Next question. Do you keep your word with her? If you say you're going to do something, do you do it? If you say you're going to be home, are you home? If you say you're going to do the groceries, buy the groceries, do you buy them? If you say you're going to do, can she count on you? Does your word matter? Does it, is it valuable with her? And again, this could be a message for the women and the husbands, right? I'm speaking to a man because the man asked me the question. Next question. When you got married, did you get married so that you could get divorced? Now look, this is loaded, right? You got to hear the context of where I'm coming from. I know there's people who are divorced or who are going through a divorce, and I think, quite frankly, divorce is really good for you. I shot a podcast on this where a gentleman said, hey, my wife's cheating on me, and she doesn't care. I'm like, yeah, you should divorce her like yesterday. Get out. Take the kids. Keep the kids. Move on. She don't want you. She don't deserve you. And he had told me right in that situation where he had done nothing wrong. So let's come back to our conversation here. You asked the question, hey, when do you know it's time? Well, if you're already thinking that, you should just get divorced. If you're already thinking, well, when do I draw the line? Look, the fact that you're even thinking about it, brother, tells me like there's something going on with you that would have you just like want to give up. Look, I don't know the whole context. If this was a coaching call, I'd be coaching you up. But you're asking me through Messenger, so I'm answering through the podcast. Men, rise up. Fight for your wife. Now, yeah, if she's abusive, if she's crazy, if she's trying to kill you, if she's cheating on you, yeah, look, then you ought to get a divorce. I wouldn't stay there. Hell no. But if she's not that, and she's just human like you, and she's closing off like you, and she's busy, and she's whatever, fight for her. Brother, fight for your wife. How do you fight for her? Change you. You can't change her, but you can change you. You can transform you. How? Go back to your goals or your desire. Like, what's the outcome you want with your wife? And get clear. Principle number 4 is clarity's power. So why don't you get clear what you want? And just because it's hard, well, welcome to life, brother. You've been married for 20 years, 4 kids. What, you telling me like it's hard and maybe I should get a divorce? Like, dude, if you're asking the question, when should I call it quits? Well, you should do it now. Or if you really want to stay in this and fight for it, see, the greatest marriages are the one where you say, look, I'm going to fight for this thing. I'm in. There's no divorce. I'm just committed to you. The only way we get divorced, baby, is if you like physically leave me and tell me to piss off and, you go cheat and just, I'm in this thing. Like, you got to be so committed. What does that mean? Go take your wife out. Be a man and be responsible. Rekindle the fire. Touch her, love her, massage her, caress her, give her love, give her kisses, give her hugs. Do your job. If your job is supposed to bring in money, bring the money in. Go ball, go produce, go give her the life that she wanted. And ready for probably the biggest one, which is in alignment with companionship inventory. Talk with her and listen. Talk with her and listen. Talk with her and listen. Listen. What does she want? Where is she? What is she feeling? What is she going through? What is she experiencing? See, part of the problem is you don't even know, do you? You have to guess. Why? There's a good chance you're not talking and you're not listening. And, if you ask her a question, if you ask your wife a question that says something like, hey, baby, how you feeling? She's like, I'm fine. And she's not telling the truth. You got to be like, hey, what's going on? Seriously. No, really, I'm fine. Are you sure? Yeah, look, I'm here. Don't just take, no for an answer. Oh, I'm fine. I have a rule. My wife and I, we live in agreements. Brother, live in agreements, not expectations. That's principle number 10. Agreements, not expectations. Agreements, not expectations. Do you have agreements with your wife? I can tell you don't. How do I know this? Because you shot me the message. See, a couple who lives in agreements and keeps their agreements, their marriage really works. Because they both say, I'm committed to us being happy and in love and like just intimate and connected and having fun and growing and overcoming. We're on the same team. Yeah, that couple makes it. Everyone else fails. So, question for you, my man, listening to this, you know who you are, and I'm really speaking to a lot of men out there. Look, go be a man. Rise up. Take responsibility for your marriage. Right? Be a man. Show up, do your chores, do your job, do your work with your family. Take your wife out on dates, date her. Rekindle the fire. That's on you. I tell all the men I coach, hey, it's not on your wife, man. It's on you. You are the leader of the family. I don't care if your wife out-earns you. Be the freaking leader. Be a leader. Step up. Go make love to your wife. Go Prepare to make love. Go and love sometimes is dinner and sometimes it's a vacation, and keep the cars clean. Keep them filled with gas. Talk to her. Talk and listen. If there's one thing that's going to kill the marriage, it's ego and pride and no talking and no listening. Can you be humble, brother? Can you be humble? Yes or no? Do you want to stay married? Yes or no? If it's a yes, go do what's required. What's required? Date nights, touch, communication, talking, listening, and you changing you, not trying to change her. Asking her what she wants, asking her what her desires are, getting her to open up into total transparency, having conversations, like being real with each other and authentic. Be responsible for your marriage, brother. You can. It's up to you. Your job, your move, your calls. And you can do this, man. And you're like, when do I call it quits? You don't. You'll know it. You will know that time, because she will either have left you, she will be cheating on you, or you will both look at each other and say, hey, I don't want to be married to you. And she's like, I don't want to be married either. Okay, great. Go get a divorce, be friends, go find someone else. And my hope is that if that's really the path you take, and that's a whole nother conversation, it's like a 12-hour conversation. I won't keep it simple. If that's the case, you just got to know whatever baggage you leave the marriage with, you take with you to the next one. So you make sure that you guys are clean. If you're going to get a divorce, it's only because it's right. It's like really right. I mean, you both just know. You're like, I don't want this. There's nothing that you can do to change it. Great, go get divorced. But right now, I have a feeling that's not it. I've been feeling you got egos, you got pride, you're not talking, you're not listening. Ego's getting in the way, my friend. What's the ego part that's having you not go, like, just love her and listen to her and be with her and fight for this thing? Like, don't put it on your wife to love you. You go be the man and step up, brother. Be the man. Be a wealthy man. Go be a powerful man. Show her the man that she married. Show her why she should continue to stay with you. Show her, don't tell her, well, tell her and show her. That's it, man. What are you hearing? If this message resonates with you, tag this, share this on to someone. Subscribe, go leave me a review inside of iTunes. And if you want to really know what this is about, come to the event, ProRevLive.com, PROREVLIVE.com. It's going to be amazing. God bless you, folks. Have an amazing day. Yes, I love my wife. Yes, I live this every single day with my wife. Yes, we've had our ups and downs, but I'll tell you what, I fight for my wife. I live for my wife. I love my wife. She is my goddess. She is my everything. I love her. She is the most beautiful woman on the planet. She is one sexy creature. And man, if you don't feel that way about your wife, go do something about it. It's totally up to you. And if you don't, how do we kill families? How do we kill societies? You kill a family. You destroy a family. How do you destroy a family? You destroy a man or a woman. Because when families get torn apart, our nations and our civilizations get torn apart. Men, go rise up. Women, if you're listening to this, go listen to your husband. Don't be that woman who does the silent treatments and is crazy and thinks your husband should read your mind. It's 2018. Talk to each other. Listen to each other. Go be there for each other. Our society is way better off when couples are happy together, even to their golden years. Because your kids are going to grow up and leave you. They are. And then you're going to have grandkids. But you still got to be there with your spouse. So love her and love on her and be with her. And brother, rise up. That's it. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.